welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to jump right into a crazy video as usual. I am off and running. I have to be out of the house in like probably 25 minutes. So I'm just going to blow through this video. It's a haul video. It's pretty much hard goods and a few odd items I decided to take a chance on. I did no research and we'll figure it out together as usual. But hope you all are doing well. Please hit the like and subscribe button and ring the bell notification so that you'll be notified of when I do a video. I also want to start out by saying, once again, I am having quite a few glitches on my eBay site. I had a problem with my sales. All of my items didn't go into the sale. I called eBay. I had to call again this morning because my solds were not showing. So if you wanted to see what I was selling in my store, some of my sales were not showing up at all. Now, I'm not quite sure what that's about. Even this morning, I sold something and I wanted to check on it, and I went into my solds like I was a customer and it wasn't there. So they said they were aware of it and they made a ticket. And you know, sometimes I think of doing a video about the amount of glitches that eBay has, but I feel like it's really negative even though it's truthful. And I'm trying to really stay positive and just keep on going. So I know quite a few of us experience glitches on eBay and it gets discouraging. Just know at any point when you're in business, there's going to be things that just don't run according to how you would like them to. Having said that, let's just get started and I will show you what I picked up yesterday at the thrift store. I went to just one Goodwill and I was there for about 5 hours. I really didn't even want to leave for lunch, so I bought some goldfish crackers and a coffee from the vending machine. Yep, that's how crazy I am. And wound up with one cart, but I really liked what I had in the one cart. So some of these items I actually picked up because we're coming closer to the time where getting a space in Amy's store, always never done, hi Amy, looks like it might be happening. So I will find out for sure around the middle of the month, and then we will be excited if we can go ahead and just rent a space in her store. Her store is coming out amazing. So if you don't follow Amy over on Always Never Done, you can look at what she's up to on Instagram. I also want to say a huge thank you to Casey, Rockstar Flipper. He and I met up in Florida, which I flew back to Pennsylvania Saturday night, but we met up on Friday. So my Friday was a total crazy day. I got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I got ready. I went to my dental appointment. This was my second checkup for my dental implants, which went great. I got to see all of the crew who are becoming, you know, the faculty there are becoming friends. So that's always nice when you have people that you trust with your health, with your eyes, with your teeth, and they become friends too. So I went to that dental appointment and I did need numbing gel. As my gums heal, sometimes they're a little bit like fixing or doing any kind of adjustments to my teeth. And so I had numbing gel, and then I actually went and filmed a commercial in the park. So my speech was a little bit difficult, but we made it through. And that commercial or that ad, I think, will be on YouTube on their channel. Once that gets launched, if it came out good, I will let you guys know, and you can see me making a video about my dental implants in the park for New Teeth Now. And then I met up with Casey and I still had a little bit of a numb mouth, but nothing stops me. And I had a wonderful time with Casey. He's a wealth of information and he's about to hit 100,000 subscribers. I think he's at 95. So congratulations ahead of time, Casey. Well deserved. That man is a hard worker. And he was so gracious to meet with me in a corner bakery, and we have spoken for many years through social media and never met in person, but we got to meet and we said he was like a son. So I told him if he ever wants a second mom, I would be glad to adopt him. He's great. So, okay, so now I'm really gonna get into this video. See that? I go down a rabbit hole and just chick. But okay, here we go. So the first item that I found, or one of the first items, was this pillow. Now normally I don't pick up pre-owned pillows, even though I do disinfect them, or if they have a zipper case, I will take off the covering. I do wash them. I loved this one. This is Tommy Bahama Relax, and I don't know what this will go for, but I paid, let me see if there it is. I paid $2 for it. So I was thrilled to find this. I love this aesthetic, and it's a nice quality. So there's that first item. The next item, staying with pillows, which again, I don't think I've picked up more than a handful of pillows the whole time I've been selling. Look at these pillows. How great are these? So as you see, I got 2 of them, and they are hand crocheted. I think this is called granny square. Anybody that is into needlework can correct me if I'm wrong. Multicolored, and they have a ball pillow inside. Now the cover is not removable, there's no zipper, but I will run probably a Clorox cloth over them, or I will spray them with a Lysol to make sure that they're disinfected. But these are pristinely clean, have no smells or anything of that, and I just thought these were fantastic. I took these right away for a real boho vibe, very fun, colorful. You know, pillow fight with a ball. How fun would that be? So I love these, and I paid $3 each, which I thought was more than fair. All handmade. They do have a few areas that have a slip stitch, and I'm going to hand stitch them because I feel these are that good. So yay to crochet ball pillows. I actually have a painting over here that I just grabbed. Now this painting I wanted to show because I love this, and I did not find this at Goodwill. I found this at the Williams, whoops, almost dropped a lamp, the Williams Grove Flea Market 2 Sundays ago, and I thought this was just dynamic. I love this. So this is hand done by Bob. It looks like it says Bob Me. I don't know if he's just a play of words. I can't imagine his last name is Me, but you never know. 2007, and it is a blue heron. See if I can hold that straight for you guys. And the thing I love about it is Bob, first of all, is very talented. I don't think this was a stencil. I think he really drew this, but the feathers have like a light texture or carving. So I'm not sure if Bob used a Dremel or how he did this, but this was fantastic, and this is wood. So there is the back of it. And I believe I paid let me think about this now. Okay, so this is Williams Grove. I paid $4 for this. So this is listed in my eBay store. And like I said, just beautiful. So good find. You know what? I'm gonna stick with the Williams Grove. I told you I'm all over the place today. I'm a crazy girl. At one of the booths, or one of the vendors was selling postcards, old postcards. So this is a whole lot of postcards. I probably have, I'm going to guess, just a guess, maybe 300. And some of them are quite old, early 1900s. And some of them are written on and have been canceled. The stamp has been canceled. And some of them not, but look at these, look at this aesthetic. How fun. So I said yes to these, and these I paid $4 for. And I might take a few out and frame them, but the rest of them I will probably separate into 2 categories: people and then places or landscape. And with those, I will create a lot of them. I will not sell postcards individually. I can't imagine having that kind of time, but even if I did have that kind of time, I don't have that kind of patience. So I'll be selling them in lots on eBay. Okay, the next item I want to show is this wooden cat. Look how cute he is. I didn't even look at the bottom. When I see something like this, in the cart it goes, because cats are such a hot item on eBay for me. Anything that has a cat gets a lot of views. So if it's in good condition and it's super cute, I say yes. Now this is actually a modern fair trade product from Indonesia. The original cost was $26. I paid $5 for him. So I'm imagining about the $20 mark, maybe a little bit higher. So we'll have to see about him. And thank you to one of the viewers on my Instagram, said she might be, I think it's a she, Cheshire. Is that how we say that? Cheshire. I'm not sure, but I said yes to this great cat. Alrighty, the next item I want to talk about, I've shown before. This is one of the cups from the silver lot that I found. I found 10 sterling silver cups, and I called it Pirate's Booty. You can go over and watch that video. I think that was 2 or 3 videos ago, and I was thrilled to find sterling silver cups. Now, it did cause me to have to do a lot of research because I don't know much about precious metals, but that worked out great. What I wound up doing was going through the cups, looking to see if any of them had a special hallmark, and then researching the hallmarks, which is not hard to do. I just put the hallmarks into a Google search, and there's a lot of information online. And this cup I separated from the 9 cups. The 9 cups, out of that 9, one was silver plate. So that one I just got rid of. It was, and the handle was broken. I wasn't messing with silver plate. But the 8 silver cups I brought to my local jeweler. After researching, I found out that if you bring sterling silver to a scrapyard generally, or a coin place, they're gonna pay you less than your local jewelers. And a couple of you had mentioned that, I believe, on the last YouTube video. So I went into my local jewelers, and sure enough, they were purchasing. And right now, the market price for silver is about $17 and change. And the jewelry store paid me $15, which I was thrilled with. So those 8 cups I got a check for of $109, which was great. The jewelry store also offered me double the amount, so $218 in credit in the store. But you know me, guys, I'm all about the money. I want the cash. I don't want to have a credit to buy myself. I have plenty of jewelry. In fact, I sell off some of my jewelry. So that's what happened there. I took the check, but this cup I felt was worth something. Now, this is a reproduction of a Jeremiah Dunner 1645 cup. So this cup wasn't made in 1645. It was a company, a silver company or silversmith called Tuttle, Tuttle, and they specialized in reproduction designs. They're casting them in silver. So this cup is from 1940, and the way I told that was on the bottom, their hallmark is an evergreen tree. That means Tuttle. You can put in, what is the silver mark evergreen tree in a Google search, and Tuttle comes up. And it also has FR and then a Roman numeral. The FR stands for Franklin Roosevelt. So it's the president's initials, and during his presidency, what year of his term, that's the year the cup was made. So it was the 7th year, if I remember that correct, because I don't have my glasses on, of Franklin Roosevelt's presidency, and that was 1940. So that's how I told. So I did not clean it. I felt this cup was so beautiful that I left it alone. If I have something really nice, a good antique, a lot of times I don't do anything to it. I don't want to take off patina. I usually sell an item of better quality left alone, how I found it. I don't think it's a good idea to polish it up. So I put this out for bid, and we are on I think we're on day 3, and it's up to $91. So great find. So as long as the buyer, whoever wins this and pays, between the jewelry store check and what the buyer will pay for this cup, it'll be over $200, and those cups cost me $6. So great find, and plus I got to research and learn about sterling silver. Now the next item I found was this ship clock. And I found this probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I forgot to talk about it, and I did want to talk about it. This clock, I just love this. Look at that. It's all done in, I believe this is cast aluminum. So it's not a precious metal, but the design is so good. And this is put out by a company called Ship's Time. And it is a quartz movement clock. I did put a fresh battery in it and tested it. It works great. In fact, I have this up on my fireplace mantle till it sells because I'm enjoying it. And I paid $5, I believe, for this. And I have it listed quite high because I couldn't find another one like this. Now, I did find the company Ship's Time, and a few of their clocks bring good money. So I felt, because I was uncertain of what I should list it at, I listed it high. And I have no problem doing that and sitting on it for a while. That's usually my business model if I don't know what I have. And then if I get tired of looking at it, or it goes over like 4 or 5 months, then I'll start to reconsider lowering the price and go that way. So yes to Ship's Time cast aluminum clocks. All right, we have a few more items, and one of the items that I want to talk about next are these trays. Now, like I've told, I'm in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania has a lot of vintage, colonial, early American motif items that come into my thrift store. And in the beginning, I did not really pick up anything with an eagle on it. I felt like it was so outdated, but there is a whole market buying items with a patriotic eagle, early American, Revolutionary War, colonial. People love this. So I have learned anytime I see an eagle that really has, you know, Americana and those type of things, to pick it up. So as you can see, this was from Goodwill. I paid $1.97. I got the 2 of them, and they do have some item conditions. This one has a little bit of the paint worn off around the edge, but I thought these were great. So for $4, I got the 2. I believe I listed the 2 together. It's all a blur. If you want to know, you can look in my store, which is Lavender Clothesline. You can see what I'm selling them for. But I paid $4 for the 2. And I expect that these will go. It might take a little bit of time, but you know me, I don't mind sitting on items. Okay, the next item is just crazy. My defense is I couldn't leave them behind. I don't expect a high dollar return. Ready? Ready for this? This is crazy even for me. Bagged fake fruit. So I got pears, I got lemons, I got another pears, and I got another lemons. Now, why pick up fake fruit in bags? First of all, this is Pottery Barn. Pottery Barn generally gets a lot for their fake fruit because they're so well done. Years ago, I found some apples. I forgot the name of these artificial apples. It was a company that was recognized for their fruit, and I knew nothing about this. And I saw the apples on the thrift store shelf, and I said, wow, those really look like real apples. And when I looked at them, it was almost like an artist had done them. And I picked them up solely on that, on the quality and the aesthetic. Well, I wound up selling those, I think it was eight silly apples for like $55. And I was like, what? I did not know that some fake fruit brings a very high price. So because I made that sale back then, I have a tendency to look at good fake fruit. So these are, like I said, Pottery Barn bag of pears. I don't even know what year this is from. And this was sold in Pottery Barn for $19 for 4 pears. So I paid, okay, the thrift store wanted $7 each for the pears and $4 for the lemons. And I said, absolutely not, I'm not paying that. So if I want them, I'm gonna see if I can get them a little bit less. I'm gonna make them an offer. I'm gonna try to negotiate. And I did, and I got the 4 bags for $6.99. So isn't that a great find? So $6.99, beautiful fake fruit. I'm almost tempted to keep them and put them in a wooden bowl because not only am I not cooking these days, I'm not even like I buy 2 apples and eat them, or I buy 2 pears and eat them. I don't ever have a bowl of fruit, and they're so pretty. So yeah, and even the netting bag. The whole thing looks like it's from a grocery store. So that's my defense for fake fruit in mesh bags. All right, next up is a little box. This is vintage. And these are tiny notepads. I just thought this was the sweetest thing. So inside there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 little notepads. I'll put them down and show it to you. And I guess back in the day, you know, they didn't have phones that we all make notes on, so they used these with little tiny pencils, either by the phone, or a lady carried these in her handbag. Sometimes a gentleman put it in his suit pocket. How wonderful is this? So just little pads with nature scenes on them, fish, seashells. So they're all different. Little minnows, or I don't know what those are. Oh, mackerel, it says it on it. So a box of 10. Oh, that one's lobsters. I like that one. I'm going to show you that one too. I think it's like, yes, lobsters. How fun is that? And it's brand new. This was not used. It didn't look like it even ever came out of the box. And I paid $1.99, and it's called 12. Oh, it's 12 Marine Life Memo Pads, 2 each of 6 subjects. So how fantastic is that? I don't see a date on it, made in USA, When you see an item is made in USA, that's your first clue that it could be vintage. No, I'm not saying everything made in USA because obviously we still have manufacturing going on in the United States, but something like this would make me guess that this is vintage. Vintage is anything over 30 years and antique is anything 100 years and over. So I picked these up $2 and I have no idea what these are going to bring. If it's a very common thing online and there are a lot of them, obviously less. If it's rare, then I would expect to get, I'm going to say at least $20 for them. So fun find. The next item is a wooden wall plaque. Now I don't think this is good for outside, even though I would like to see this hung outside somebody's front door. This doesn't seem to have been varnished or shellacked, but this is hand painted by somebody. I'm gonna have to really try to figure out, it looks like a last name, maybe L-A-I-S, Lazen, I don't know, but 1995, Christmas greetings. How wonderful is that? I guess these are geese, and I paid $4, and you can see on the back that this man cut out, or woman cut out this piece of wood, put a hanger, and then hand painted. Coming from a person who has a hard time drawing a stick figure, I'm always in awe of anybody that has any kind of artistic talent. My mom, who is now passed away, she was a wonderful artist. She could copy something really well, and it was a great pleasure for her. And I did not inherit that. I can't sing, I can't draw, so I don't have those talents, but I can resell, so there's always that. Okay, I had to stop the camera because, as you guys know, I film with my phone and my phone was ringing. It was a scam, so scam likely. So I had to restart the video, but we're just gonna keep going. I have a few more items to show you, and let's pick this one up. So this is a big fat, I have no idea what this is, but I like to pick up what I like a lot of times. No, don't get me wrong, I am selling for a profit. And someone recently questioned me in one of my videos, couldn't believe that I sell over $100,000 worth every year. And it is absolutely true. I sell that much on eBay, and I also sell locally. So let me just put this out there to explain this to those of you who might be a little bit wary of sellers claiming that. It is definitely possible to sell over $100,000 a resale online. Many people are doing it, and that does not mean that's your profit. Now, my profit margin is quite high, and I'm just going to briefly explain. My profit margin is high because I source items generally between, I'm going to say $4 and $5 tops, and I hold down for my price, so my profit is larger. And also, I have a great amount of tax write-offs because I do this out of my house. I'm going to say a good 2/3, I'm looking around, 2/3 of my home is used for eBay. When you're using that much of your living space for a business, the government recognizes that. Now, you do have to prove it. I have photos, I have a lot of documentation. I have a very good accountant. I do not do my own taxes, but I take advantage of any tax credit or tax deduction that the government allows. I do everything legally, and I have to pay a little bit less taxes than maybe somebody who's not claiming all of that. I count every mile I travel, every lunch I buy, I save every receipt, I keep logs of every purchase. And let me say that the way I keep my records for eBay is every item that I purchase that comes into the house is handwritten in a log. It has the date, and it has the item title, it has the measurements, and so on. So I have stacks of these logs ready to go if there's ever a question. I save every receipt too. So I have my receipts from the first year that I was thrifting. So guys, if you're not doing that and you're building your store or building your business, you definitely want to be on top of it for any tax credits and tax deductions that you're entitled to. So, so having said all of that, yes, I am selling over $100,000 worth, and yes, I do this out of my home full time. And yes, I do pick up crazy things that I'm not sure what it'll bring. Anyway, so this is a bell, I would imagine. It's a wind chime. It's kind of like, it's a real bell sound, and it has an Asian design on the front. And what was interesting is it almost looks like bats. So I'm not sure if that's the year of the bat. I'm not sure what year that would have been, but it's got an Asian, probably Chinese, I'm guessing, symbol, and then bats around it. And it says Woodstock chimes, the world's favorite wind chime. No idea, but Woodstock percussion, I'll have to look it up. And it gives the whole history of it. So I paid $5 for this, it's new, and I'm gonna guess off the top of my head between 25 and 30. So there's that, and I bought it just to entertain myself generally, because listing clothes all day or listing the same thing over and over again, I would get burnt out. So I know when I've been thrifting a lot, when I've been listing a lot, I really know to shake it up for myself, and that's how I don't get burnt out. I take short little trips and go see Melissa in Florida. I purchase things on a whim to entertain myself, because being a reseller day after day after day, it's a grind sometimes. But when I pick up things I don't know about and I research, like the silver or whatever, it's not only enriching my knowledge, but it's keeping me interested in my business. So there's that side note. Again, I know nothing about this. How about that? So I do have quite a bit of knowledge, I have to say. I do, but a lot of things I'm just going by aesthetic and quality, those two things. So who doesn't want to ship this big crazy lamp? This is solid wood, and I thought this aesthetic was phenomenal. Now, if I had to guess a date for this, I'm going to guess 60s, maybe. It looks 60s to me. That doesn't mean positively it's 60s. It's definitely modern because the harp and the inner workings, the socket, have, you know, a newer sticker on it. Let's see, there's no stickers underneath it, but this thing is solid and it's gorgeous. It does have a little bit of a like a chip here. Not bad though. And I love this thing. And the shade is a burlap shade. I believe this is the original shade to this lamp. Let me just take off the top finial. But the shade is in great condition for this age, which is rare. Most times in the thrift store, the shades are a wreck and they have to be replaced. But I went ahead and purchased this lamp, and I don't mind shipping this. That'll be okay. This morning I shipped out 3 stained glass windows that were, I think they were 22 inches long, so probably about that big, and I showed how I packed those over on Instagram. For those of you who are interested in seeing how I pack unusual items, I will either post it over on Instagram and give you like a little this is how I did this, or sometimes I'll do it on YouTube. Know that creating YouTube videos on how to pack, they're very time consuming and the viewer watch count is not there. So when I do a haul showing you guys the crazy things I pick up, those videos of mine are more highly viewed than the videos where I show how I pack things. So because I'm doing this, I mean, to share what I'm doing and to sort of like journal it for my own, you know, benefit, it is about getting that view count, getting that subscribership up. So when I see that there's not enough interest in something, I have a tendency not to do that type of video often. But I will try to share it once in a while, and I do put it on my Instagram once in a while. So that's the video for today. I do have a clothing rack behind me. I picked up quite a bit of clothing this week. Like I said, I got home from Florida on Saturday, and I was out yesterday was my first sourcing, and we are working our way. Lisa photographed for me this morning. We are working our way through that and really pushing hard fourth quarter. I did end September with good numbers. I was happy with my number. Still could always be a little bit higher, but I'm happy with the work that I'm producing. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for all your support and encouragement. And guys, please hit the like and subscribe button. That really helps me out a lot as a single seller and jumping in now to YouTube. And hit the bell notification and you'll know when I post. I am trying to put out 2 videos a week. I'm pushing hard. So thank you again. Thank you for following while I still am adjusting to my dental implants. And as always, go out and get what's yours. Bye, guys.